Mayanna Wick, race car driver, open wheel driver. Mayanna, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. She drives, so what would you describe that to the layman? Because the layman probably doesn't know what open wheel means.
Right. So it's a car like you drive, except for it's extra fast and it has a lot of downforce, which means we stick to the ground better. And it's open wheel, which means instead of having fenders over your tires, they are outboard of your car. So they stick out so people can, that's like the widest part on your car, which explains the open wheel.
So one of the more famous races is the Indianapolis 500, and when you see Bobby Rahal or whoever you see nowadays, Helio, maybe, those are open wheel cars. And they drive ovals. I mean, the good old boys in NASCAR, they generally race in an oval or in a circle, which people like. But in your open wheel racing, there are road courses where ovals and road courses, correct?
Correct, yeah. I don't know how many is on the docket for 2018, but I think there's somewhere between like 3 or 4 ovals in 2018, and then the rest is road courses or street courses, which pretty much means that you make left and right turns, and the difference between road and street courses is whether they are permanent asphalted tracks or whether they just block out some streets in a town and race on that.
Right, like the Detroit Grand Prix was,
Right.
I mean, they closed down streets in Detroit, if I remember right. Maybe they still do. So Mayanna, tell me, what have you been doing the last year, or since I talked to you? Have you been racing?
Yes, I have. So it's been a crazy whirlwind. The training program that I'm in is a little different than most. Most people will go up through like Road to Indy or something like that, and so they'll do like USF 2000s, Formula Atlantics maybe, and then go to Indy Lights and then IndyCar. And that's more a publicized route. For me and my team, we've chosen to do kind of a back road way. So I don't know if I mentioned this the last time we were together, but I was racing Formula Mazda, and then we joined SCCA, which is a major series for racing. And actually, we just entered one race for the whole season, and we actually took first in that. And so after that, yeah, it was awesome. It was like the best race ever. It was really competitive. The other driver and I was like going back and forth, and then the last day we pulled it out, which was just phenomenal. But then after that, my team and I decided that we needed to move up, start increasing our training program. So we actually moved into this 1996 Lola Indy car that I'm currently driving right now, and have been training in it. So we went to mainly Pikes Peak International Raceway in Colorado Springs to train and to learn how to really get the car to do what we want, and for me to learn how to drive it correctly. And then this last year, we actually went to a race out at COTA, which is the famous Formula One track in Austin, Texas. And that track it's a blast. It's a hoot to drive. It's so fast. And so yeah, we went out there, and now next year we're really going to hit the racing hard.
So is that Austin track, is that a road course?
It is, yeah. It is, and it has a lot of rise and fall in that track, which means that there's a lot of elevation, which means that there's blind corners. And it means that, your car, it handles differently whether you're going uphill or downhill. And so that was a big learning curve for me.
What's a chicane?
A chicane is basically like a big S. So it's where you'll make a really quick left, right, left turn. Or a right, left, right turn, I guess. And so I love those corners. They're so fun. But it's really, you have to use a lot of finesse through them. You have to really feather the throttle through it to keep your car under you. And it's really quick. It's like you're turning one way to the other. Opposed to other corners, you usually have a little bit to let your car set before you turn into the next corner. So you have a straightaway, sort of, I guess you could put it. It's not necessarily a straight, but you have time to let your car jack back to neutral.
Handling a car is very important. You don't want to crash the thing for a lot of reasons. or a fender bender because it's real expensive, right?
Oh yeah.
You get in big trouble for that?
Yes. If I crashed my car, I'd probably be done. Like literally, it's that expensive. We don't, and in the car that I'm in now, the 1996, it's been an absolute blessing to be in. But this car is a 1996, so they don't make these parts anymore. They don't. So it's been an absolutely blessing too, because my team is really good at finding older parts that were bust or break. And so that's been really great. But yeah, if I busted my whole car, we might not get it back together.
I'm talking with Mayanna Wick from Delta,
Mm-hmm.
or Olathe.
Technically, Montrose County is what I like to say, but it's close to Delta too.
MayannaWickRacing.com is her website. You can follow her there. She's on all the social media pages, I'm sure.
Oh, yes.
This is in your blood. You probably don't want to do anything else. I mean, you're
Absolutely.
21, right? You're just
Yes.
starting out in life.
Just starting out in life. Been racing for, what is that, 10, 12 years now?
Because you had a go-kart track, right? You
Yeah.
grew up with a...
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So I first started driving go-karts when I was 10. We started just with like a homemade built go-kart on the dirt.
Mhm.
And then we actually built like a quarter-mile track in our backyard. And I would just spend hours out there driving on these little go-karts, and then of course did the whole go-kart scene, went up through regionals, nationals, all of that, and then we moved to cars after that.
Mayanna, not a lot of women in racing, is there?
No. In the series that I'm in right now, I am the only woman right now.
Why is that?
I don't know. Maybe I have no idea. Racing started a long time ago. So maybe it just started more when men were more athletic and did more of those things that was in the minds of people, what was, quote, supposed to happen, And then it's just progressed over time, and I mean, it's a very physical sport. Like, I train 5 days a week and extremely hard, and we sweat out there, it's very hard. And so I don't know if it's hard for women to actually drive these things. I don't know. It's interesting to me that there's so few women in there, though.
You gotta kind of be small to fit in one of these rigs. I mean, if you're 6 feet tall or north of 6 feet, it'd be kind of hard.
Yeah.
You don't have, how tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
What if you keep growing?
I hope not. I really hope not. Okay, so I actually, I had some medical issues a couple years back, and I had stopped growing like middle high school, like most women. Mm-hmm. And I started growing when I had this medical issue, and I'm like, oh no, like, this is not good. I have to stop growing because I need to race.
How tall is Danica Patrick?
I think she is almost exactly my size. So 5'2", 5'3". She actually she made Hans, which is our neck brace, our neck restraint device. She actually made an extension for that because we're small and we can't fit the regular ones. And I'm actually wearing the one she designed.
It does take athletic ability. I mean, you need hand-eye coordination. Mm-hmm. And if it's a long race, you got to be fit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially these really several hours long. Then they have the 24-hour races.
Oh man, yes. I helped spot for one of those races. That is literally insane. I do not know how those people do that. I didn't drive. I just spotted for people, but yeah, because my car, it doesn't have headlights, so we can't race in the night. That would be a disaster. But
Mayanna Wick is here. MayannaWickRacing.com is her website. She will be with her car in the Parade of Lights this Saturday night, right?
Yes, I am so excited. We have done it for 2 years now. This will be our 3rd year. And it has just gone over so well. All of it, like, it just grabs my heart. Seeing all these little kids, just like, their faces, their jaws literally drop when the car drives by them. And it is just...
Wait, you're driving this rig? You're driving it?
I'm not driving it. We have it on a trailer. I would love to drive it. I would absolutely love to drive it, but honestly, idle is like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's not 100 miles an hour, but I can't go slow enough in this. I would love to drive it.
Right.
But yeah, we have it on this trailer, and then we have all of these lights over it, and I sit in my cockpit, and I have the ability to, you know, talk to people when we're driving by and to wave at them, and it's so much fun.
Where do you want to be in a year? Where do you want to be in 2 years?
Next year, I would absolutely love if I was driving in Indy Lights. Not sure if that would happen or not. But yeah, I would love to be picked up by a great team and be driving for Indy Lights. 2 years, obviously, if Indy Lights works out, it'd be awesome to either do a second year in Indy Lights or be driving for the Verizon Series.
All right. How do you get discovered in Indy Lights?
What's that?
How do you got a resume in your business, in your
Yeah.
line of work? Do you have
Yeah.
a resume, or how does that work?
Well, you know, this is the tricky part about racing. There's, I don't know how many times I've heard this. There is no rules of how to get there in racing, which is great because there's no rules, but it's hard because there's no guidelines, you know? It's hard, and so, especially where I'm doing a back route, it makes it a little bit more tricky to figure out how to get in there. You know, if you did Road to Indy, you can win your way. So like if you won in Formula USF 2000, then you would get a free ride to the next level. And so that's how you can move your way up.